Hey guys, this is Joy back again with another video, and I just wanted to say thank you again for watching my channel. I appreciate all the love, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I know a lot of you probably been watching my videos and thinking like, oh, I'm bashing the narcissist, even though they do deserve to be bashed because they're not nice people. But today's video, I kind of wanted to turn it around. Look within yourself and see what are some things that you learned about dealing with a narcissist, and what lessons can you take with you to your next relationship, and just keep it this as a lesson learned. Um, because I was doing a lot of, I've been doing some studying about like childhood traumas and attachment injuries and attachment bonds and stuff like that. And it talks about how, like, when a lot of people leave the narcissist, they have a tendency to blame everything on them, even though you were abused and yeah, you had it bad. But at the same time, it was like we chose them. We chose to stay in that relationship. Like we didn't have to. So yeah, not putting the blame on us either, but it's just kind of like, we made that decision. But anyway, today's video is going to be called what I learned from being with a narcissist. And I learned a lot, actually. Like, honestly, yeah, it actually, I want to say it definitely changed my life. And in a weird way, I'm kind of happy it happened to me. I'm happy that I experienced being with a narcissist. So, because now I'm able to know like what type of people are out there, and I'll see the red signs, the red flags, and I'll just cut it off. So I'm very, in a weird way, I'm kind of happy that I did experience that. So I know that sounds crazy. But yeah, so one of the things that I did learn from being with a narcissist is I learned to put myself first, because again, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a bad person just because I dated a narcissist. Like, I had no idea. I didn't even know those type of people existed. Like, yeah, I know that there are evil people in the world and that don't care, but this type of person, like, they pretend like they're normal, like they're like the average Joe, and they're actually someone that's just out to get a nice person. They want to destroy a good natured person. They get joy in seeing your destruction. But yeah, I learned to put myself first. I learned to put my needs first, because in the relationship with a narcissist, it's them. It's all about what they want, how they feel, what you're doing right for them or what you may be doing wrong. So you know sometimes a lot of empaths, and I kind of consider myself to be an empath. A lot of empaths, we tend to go after people maybe that we need to take care of, or somebody that has been abused, or we feel bad for them, so we'll date them. I don't know why we do that, but it's kind of weird. But I'm healing from that as well. But yeah, like, I didn't put myself first now that I look back, and I think I learned that as a child, you know, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, like, what I've learned now is to put myself first, to put me and my needs first. I learned to understand what it is that I want in a relationship, and don't settle for less. So that's one thing. And then another thing is to have boundaries. And you guys know that narcissists, they hate boundaries. They want to kill that boundary. They want to eliminate it. They don't like rules. They don't like, that's why they don't like the police like that. They don't like law enforcement. Actually, I don't either. But no, they don't like it when you have boundaries. And I remember, like, one of the guys that I was dating, I told him that, hey, like, there's a certain time I didn't want him to come over, and that I thought it would be a little too late. And what he did was he actually came around the time that I said that I was too late, but it wasn't like that much of a time difference. But it was just like, I told him like, hey, if it's later than this time, I don't want you to come. So he just barely made it. But that just goes to show you, like, he was pushing that boundary, like, because he didn't want it there. Like, he wanted to be able to come whenever he wanted to come. So it wasn't like he wasn't trying to, like, hear that I made a rule about something, or they don't like boundaries. And then I learned to trust my gut and my intuition. And it's so crazy. Like, I don't know how narcissists are able to do this. I don't know if it's some sort of like trick that they do or some hypnosis, but I don't know. Like, I just, especially with the first guy, I knew that something was off. I was like, okay, like something is just telling me like this dude is just not right. Like, he may be lying. He could be talking to someone else. And I had a feeling, but for some reason, I did not trust my intuition. I was just like, let me just see, you know. And I think that was just probably my ego, you know. But yeah, I didn't trust my intuition with him. And even the second guy, like, same thing. I was like, something is going on, something is off. But luckily, I ended up leaving both of those relationships. So, you know, in the end, I decided to stick with my gut and trust it, and it'll never lead you astray. So yeah. And then another thing is, again, this is the last tip. And again, if you guys have any other suggestions, just leave them in the comment box below, or any other reasons, or what you guys may have learned from being with a narcissist. But the last one I want to say, and again, I'm saying I'm turning this around to me, because again, I chose this person. I chose to stay in it as long as I did. No one forced me to. And I think I learned that I still have unresolved childhood issues and childhood traumas from growing up. And that's not to put the blame on my parents or anything like that, but also, I mean, I had a conversation with my parents, and I told them like how certain things that they said and did made me feel, but at the end of the day, I let it go. But I had to recognize that basically we date our parents. We date people that remind us of our moms and our dads. And if our moms and our dads abused us, if they put us down, if they were negative, if they made fun of us, then that's the type of person that we're going to date, because that feels like home to us. That's like all we know. No one told us like, no, that's not how a relationship is supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be peace and harmony. Yeah, you may have your arguments, you may have your fights, but that's not a normal thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and yeah, those are basically the things that I learned dealing with a narcissist. It definitely was tough to kind of turn it back around, and not necessarily blame the narcissist for everything, because even though they were responsible for a lot of the things that, you know, and that went bad in a relationship, but at the same time, it's like it takes two to tango, you know. So it's like you kind of have to turn it around and look inside yourself and say, like, why did I attract that person? Why did I stay so long? What made me feel so comfortable enough to keep going back for more abuse, you know? And so, yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to do a coaching session with me, please email me at livenarc39@gmail.com. I'm doing a special sale, so you guys make sure you want to get on top of that. And follow me on Instagram at livenarc39. And oh, I'm sorry, I always do that. I'm sorry. So my email is livenarc39, and my Instagram is livenarc3. So follow me on Instagram, okay, you guys? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.